Welcome to Fresh Tech Tips. I'm Derrell Norris, CEO of Fresh Tech Solutions, and I have some of my wonderful business partners with me today.
I'm Nicholas Mbezu Daniel, founder of Aegis Project Management LLC.
And I am Dr. Doug Franklin, CEO and co-founder of Deck Launch LLC. How you guys doing today?
I'm awesome on this beautiful Cyber Monday. We got some special cyber deals for all of our Fresh Tech and Deck Launch clients. We're giving $250 off of all products just because it's that Monday. But I'm great. It's been a great Monday, man. It's been a great Monday. Nick, how you feeling?
I'm all right, man. It's finally cold enough to bring out those hoodies and jackets that we've been looking at in the
closet.
Hoodie
season. Yeah.
So it might last a couple of days, but I mean, take advantage of it.
Doug, how you feeling over there, man?
I'm feeling good. I'm not knocked out like Nate Robinson, and so I really cannot ask for much more than that. I mean, that's really what I need in my life.
Awake?
Oh, man.
So awake well.
I'm not tired.
I'm not tired, nor am I asleep. So, Rel, what's your topic for today, brother? Well,
today's Fresh Tech Tip topic is why your pitch deck sucks. So we've talked about pitch decks before multiple times. We've told y'all about what pitch decks were back in episode 14. About 2 weeks ago, we told you how to do a perfect pitch. But today, we want to focus on all of the don'ts, all of the do not do's. So let's talk about why your pitch deck sucks. Nick.
Sucks.
I know Nick doesn't suck. But Nick, I know we've already told the people about pitch decks a lot more, but just for the purpose of this episode, can you hit us with one of those world famous Nick definitions of what is a pitch deck?
Yeah, certainly. So a pitch deck is a brief presentation, often created using a PowerPoint, Keynote, Prezi, whatever your platform you choose to use. But it is used to provide your audience with a quick overview of your business plan. And people usually use pitch decks for face-to-face pitch meetings, or, in 2020 online, it's very, very good for that. And then your audience is usually your investors, it might be your customers, trying to give them information about what it is that you're doing, potential strategic partners, or, co-founders that you may be seeking to bring on board. So a pitch deck is very, very versatile, and it includes your entire story of your business or business idea.
Absolutely, Nick. And one of the things that Nick hit on is just really telling you how important a pitch deck is for your business. And so when you think about a pitch deck, as Nick said, is the summary of the business plan. And that's basically what your investors want to see, because investors do not want to read your whole business plan. I apologize to those people who think that they wrote 30 pages, 45 pages, 60 pages of a business plan, and you think that your investors are going to read it. Your investors are going to read basically the executive summary, and they're going to ask you for your pitch deck. But as we're here and talking about how pitch decks are bad, the good and the bad, we're talking about what really grinds our gears, about some of the great things, and some of the not so great things we see in pitch decks. So I think I can pass this over to Rel and say, what grinds your gears, Mr. Rel Norris, about pitch decks?
Okay. Just about pitch decks, not about life.
Not life at all.
I was going to take over the show, y'all. So I guess we're gonna each kind of go on and tell everybody what grinds our gears about pitch decks. So I'll start it off, and mine might sound like it's general or cliche or whatever, but this is really how I feel. I hate ugly pitch decks. Ugly pitch decks suck.
Say that again. Say it again one more time now. Say it again.
Ugly pitch decks suck. No matter how good the idea is, if I can't get past your Times New Roman font, I just can't take it in. So So, like I said, one of those things, make sure you have branding guidelines. Make sure you have a logo. Make sure everything's in line with each other. Make sure these fonts are the fonts that are used on your branding guidelines. Just make it don't suck aesthetically. And that's one of my biggest things, because we do get a lot of ideas, great ideas. And most of the time, I don't have to really worry about the idea being a bad idea. It's just how do you convey it, and who do you want to take you serious? If I have a lot of money to invest in something, I want it to look nice. I'm not throwing my money at a PowerPoint slide with the template. It's just kind of going through the motions. I want to see that you put some effort into this idea. I want to see that you're passionate behind your deck, and the look of it is a way to bring that out. So you don't have to worry about that part of it. You can just focus on capturing the actual idea. So those are my things. Another one I hate is too busy. When there's too much going on in slides. When your slides are too busy. Your pitch deck is supposed to be something that you can talk to. So we don't need your whole business plan on one slide. So just keep that in mind. Use spaces, spread things out. Of course, we're talking about if you're doing your pitch deck on your own, because if Deck Launch does our pitch decks, we don't do no decks.
Hey. So Terrell's point is really, really important. The nature of fonts, like Times New Roman, could be a good font for your pitch deck if it is something that is homogeneous across your pitch deck. If it's big, if it is speaking to your brand. But like if you just have your font should speak to your brand. It's not when you think about everything that you do for your pitch deck, it's not a game. You cannot just use a font for fun because you think it looks cute. You have to align everything with your brand. The text, the pictures, the colors, everything has to be aligned. That's part of what we do here at Deck Launch. But even if you're not going to be a deck launcher, you have to know that everything has to be together. And that's really how it all works.
I think that's a perfect segue to what grinds my gears. But first, I would just say, you got to think from the investor's perspective. You got to imagine how many of these pitch decks or business plans that he has to look at or just cipher through, to pick out the right one. So you want to be able to capture attention in the right way and convey some positive messages to him, even before him or her, even before they read into ideas. So when they see maybe one of your slides, your title slide, most likely they're like, ooh, I like those colors. This looks good. Let me see the first couple of slides what's in here before they start looking at the content. And then the content will carry them through. So which brings me to what I do not like about some of the pitch decks that we may have seen or may not have seen in the past. I don't like when there's misalignment. So your pitch deck is the story of your idea. So it should have everything, and everything should flow into each other. It shouldn't just be hopping around. Like I love movies, and I talk about movies on here a lot. The best movies are movies where everything kind of makes sense. They tie up all the loose ends. Every character, it keeps carrying on through. It's not just the worst movies are movies where you're moving with it in 30 minutes and then all of a sudden here comes something from nowhere that makes absolutely no sense. You just turn it off at that point. It's like, what am I doing here? So the thought process needs to be cohesive. It needs to be able to carry your audience from the beginning to, hey, this is my title. These are beautiful colors. This is my brand, to all the way to where you ask them for, hey, this is what I've done. So now this is what I need. If you want to be able to carry them cohesively from the beginning to the end, then that's something that has to take a lot of thought. So use things that are going to support your story, statistics and research to help, give some concrete, some meat to what it is that you're doing, and then flow. Like I said, everything should be flowing. If you haven't seen our Pitch Deck 101 series, check it out to see what goes into a pitch deck. But if you see what's on, if you were able to attend, and we do have one tomorrow at 1 o'clock, if you're able to attend, you'll see that we've picked out the slides that should have all the information that you need and also should help you flow. So that your branding is flowing, your statistics are flowing, your business idea is flowing. Everything should flow from the beginning to the end. So that's my spiel.
And thank you, Nick, for the great segue, because we're going to continue to talk about content. One of the things that people don't believe that you can do with a pitch deck is too much information. So TMI is actually a thing. So we talk about TMI in our normal lives. TMI is actually a thing when you look at pitch decks. And so like Nick just told you guys, there's specific things that should be in the business, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff that should not necessarily be in the pitch deck. So if you are a subject matter expert in your area and you have all these technical things, the jargon, all the things you want to talk about, it's good if you talk about it, but you don't put it in your deck. So like nobody needs to know a lot of the terminology that you think you have if you can crunch everything together into a term that is really easy to understand. A lot of your investors really don't care about the process. They care about the process. They don't want to hear you talk about the process during 15 minutes.
In full detail. Right.
Exactly. It's exactly what Nick said. It's not verbatim. Everything that you have to do is not always going to be verbatim. Sometimes you just got to summarize it. We told you about this in your elevator pitch show. We told you about this again when we talked about why you need a pitch deck. Now when we're talking about why your pitch deck sucks, if you cannot tell the investors or whatever program you're in the Cliff Notes what your business is supposed to be, then you've done the wrong thing. Additionally, too many slides are just as bad as having too much information on every slide. So you could have 10 slides of 500 words, or you could have 15 slides of 1,000 words, and both of them are gonna stick because you're gonna lose the intentions and the attraction of your investors. Because ultimately, all they want to know when you're talking about a pitch is the high end stuff. And if you can't talk about it within the 10 to 12 slides we've always recommended, I don't know what to do other than to tell you, God bless you, because I don't know what's going to happen with those investors. Not every investor is going to really want to talk to you after you get that past that 10 to 15 minute threshold. You got to keep it simple. Silly. The KISS method, always. KISS, keep it simple, silly, if you ever get yourself into a place. Also, do not use all of the jargon that you have. We know that you have all these acronyms, the A, B, C, D, E, F, Gs. You're talking to one guy who worked for ExxonMobil and two guys that are engineers. We know exactly how many acronyms you always could have. But your acronyms are not going to resonate with people who are trying to invest with your business. Keep everything simple. Talk to people at their level, and do not make everything so technical. TMI, it just grinds my gears. So that's all.
I love that, Dick. I love that, Doug. As you mentioned TMI. but no. So yeah, these are some of the things that you need to remember to help keep your pitch decks from sucking. If you want to know more information about how to build pitch decks, like Nick said, we have a seminar tomorrow, Tuesday at 1 p.m. With in partnership with the ION. It's called Pitch Deck 101. It is a free class. So please come log in and check us out, and you will learn a lot. It's packed with jam-packed information about pitch decks and how to get that pitch deck funded. So, with that being said, anybody have any final thoughts? Everybody good? Nick, you good?
Well, I got one.
No.
I do have a Cyber Monday celebration. So if you guys come see us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Over at Pitch Deck 101, you attend, we have a $250 off for all deck launch services as long as you see us for Pitch Deck 101, or if you're hanging out with us today. You can do that. You can claim it by hitting us up on the DM in Facebook for deck launch, or you can hit the QRG that comes after you finish the Ion Accelerator event. But we're very happy to have y'all. Everybody been giving y'all all the discounts. We want to give y'all a little bit of love. We look forward to seeing you.
Definitely appreciate that. Nick, you good?
Yeah, where do we want to tell the people where to go and find us? Or are we going to post it after this?
Yes, we'll post the link onto the Fresh Tech page, Fresh Tech Tips page, and I'll be sharing it on my personal pages as well.
And you can also look on Eventbrite if you don't find it there as well.
Definitely. So thanks everybody for joining. I know your time is valuable, and we appreciate every single second that you let us fill your heads with our knowledge. Please join the Fresh Tech Tips Facebook group. That's Fresh Tech Tips with the Z, of course. And we will see you guys next Monday at 12 o'clock-ish p.m. Thanks for joining Fresh Tech Tips, and we'll see y'all soon.